Hello, 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 and welcome to the Rumble and Roar podcast. I'm your host, Lenoria, and with me today is my life coach, Pryia. Thank you for joining me today, Pryia. Pryia is a life coach, guys. We met a couple of late part of last year, and we were doing an expo. We were at an expo together, and I introduced myself to Pryia, and she introduced herself to me. And of course, when you're talking to people, you tell them what you do and things like that. And when she said, I'm a life coach, you know me, guys, you know I'm gonna ask. I need to know, what is a life coach and what does it do? And I went into just question after question after question. And then I said, you know what? I wonder if there's a lot of people who know that I've heard of life coach, but I didn't know what they do. So I asked her to be here with me, and she said, absolutely, her pleasure. So I'm glad she's here with me. So I'm going to ask the questions for our viewers so they can know what a life coach is and see if they would like to have one and use one, and if you could use one. So let's see if I have the right questions. And if I don't, guys, DM us and ask us questions, and she'll be more than happy to answer them if I miss some that you wanted to know about. So, Miss Pryia.
Hey, Lenoria, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be a part of your community.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. My first question, and guys, I asked this question when I first saw her, when she said, you know, she's a life coach. Can you share a little bit about yourself first? Let's do that.
Okay, well, I was born and brought up in India. I moved to the United States 25 years ago. When I came over here, I carried with me the strengths, the resilience, and the values that my family instilled within me, because I shared a large household with 15 to 18 members sharing a small home.
Oh, wow.
But a very nurturing.
It was 6 of us.
Oh, okay. Nurturing household for a good period of time.
Yes.
I'm a scientist and a single mother, so I have journeyed the complexities of living in a foreign country, pursuing higher education, and raising my child while working full time.
Oh.
So
that's some work. It's hard.
yeah, it is.
It's hard.
But it's fun.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm deeply dedicated to serving others. So I completed my master's after I got to the United States, and I went back to school after 20 years to get my doctorate in public health. I'm excited to share that I would be completing my doctorate in fall of 2025. I share all this because I would like you to understand where my nuance as a life coach resonates with what life is basically. So I'm also very passionate about empowering people, and the passion fuels my volunteer work, my professional endeavors. So in 2021, my son and I established a nonprofit called Developing Resources to Educate All Mankind.
I saw that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. So I was the voluntary CEO and the president of a board of 7 members. I was balancing that role while taking care of my family, going to school, and managing full-time work. Well, during the time, we have collected and donated thousands of books and school supplies to children in need across refugee communities, migrant farm workers, and immigrants across the globe. So, and to come to the last segment of what I do, I'm empowering disproportionately impacted communities and uplifting them is my priority. So
Very good.
I went and got my life coaching certification. I'm a master certified life coach. I'm going to tell you what a life coach is soon.
Yes.
And I'm working towards my first level of ICF accreditation. ICF stands for International Coaching Federation. It's a central body that regulates accredited coaching schools.
Okay.
And the last thing that I do, which I'm very passionate about to support mental health, I'm a volunteer suicide prevention awareness trainer as well. So I train communities in life-saving suicide prevention techniques.
So we could all get together, you and United Way and myself, to utilize what you were just talking about a moment ago.
Yes.
Yes, that's good to know. When I tell you, Miss Pryia been a very busy woman, your credentials are so impressive.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, yes. $1,000 question.
Sure.
What is a life coach?
Okay. Yeah, that is even $1 million.
$1 million question.
Well, I'm going to tell you what a life coach means personally to me.
Okay.
As we move along, but I'm going to tell for your audience sake what a life coach is. A life coach essentially helps you turn your current challenges, day-to-day challenges, to breakthroughs in your future, to shape the goal or the vision or the dream that you have for yourself and your life.
Okay. You know what? This is my take on that, Miss Pryia. When you told me what a life coach was, when she did, guys, and she explained to me just like she just did to you, I still, and it's just me, in my mind, I think, how can anyone tell me about myself? So, if you are my life coach, but when I'm talking to you, even when I'm telling you what's going on with me and things that are my highs and lows and just my life, how can it help me? I know certain things you say to me, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But how can that help people? Maybe am I asking it right?
You are.
Okay.
You are. Well, thank you, Lenoria, because this is a clarification that I would like to provide to anyone in general who who is yet to be exposed to life coaching. Life coaches are not psychologists.
That was going to be my second question, guys. That was going to be it. Yes. Go ahead.
Are psychiatrists. But psychiatrists and psychologists can be life coaches, but I am not, because psychiatrists and psychologists are licensed healthcare professionals who are trained to diagnose and treat mental health conditions. Life coaches are not.
So that's the difference.
That's the difference. And moreover, as a psychiatrist, he or she or they is a medical
medicine.
doctor.
Okay.
Yeah. So they can prescribe medication and they may offer therapy, but I would like to humbly mention the fact that life coaches are not therapists, are not psychiatrists, so they cannot treat mental health conditions.
But with that said, they are not psychiatrists or psychologists. However, certain things that you talk to people and do with them is pretty much the same. The difference is you won't write medicine, right? Maybe, okay, I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, well, I'd like to again state that, life coaching is very unique in that I'm going to share about what I believe as a life coach. I believe each and every individual is unique.
That's true.
Yeah, and everyone has the potential, the infinite wisdom and creativity within themselves to achieve what they want in life.
Okay.
So essentially through life coaching, what I believe is you carry within your heart the map to navigate your life.
Right.
So as a life coach, I do not provide answers which may offer or we do not go back to the past. We do not, because again, I am not a licensed professional.
Right.
So we focus on the strengths and we focus on your innate potential to bring out the answers, to unlock the wisdom that is within you. Essentially, I'm like your thinking partner.
Right.
I'm like your thinking partner, your motivator, and your cheerleader. So I help you align and transform from where you are to where you want to be using your own map.
Right.
I don't give you the map. So that's the difference between a life
To me,
coach.
that's sort of like, how you know things like, you know that your children love you. You know that your husband love you. You know certain things. However, when you hear it from someone else, it's like, oh, okay. It it's better when you hear it from someone else.
Yeah.
And you can just, I don't know I don't know. I don't know the words, but it's just when you tell it to me, you're like, well, these are the things, and I might know what you're saying already.
Yeah.
But when you say it to me, it's like, okay.
Well,
sometimes you need somebody else to say it to you.
Well, you know, the unique thing about life coaching is, and I truly respect and honor mental health care professionals, because I can never do their job. But as a life coach, you know, I help untap the answers, that the validation or the answers that you seek by asking intriguing questions, by offering a safe space, by helping you to reflect and realign to what you truly want. And again, as I said, we do not provide answers. So that's where the complexity of life coaching comes into place, because, you know, when you
I know some pardon me, I know somebody's out there is saying, if you don't provide answers, you know, you don't give us the answers, you don't give us what to think or whatever, how could you, how does that work, and how could you, I don't know if I'm asking the right things.
Yeah, well, again, well, you know, like life coaching again is something like you have to experience it in order to. It's like, for example, you know, when you started driving, like your parent or your sibling or your, you know, or a well-wisher or a driving school, they may have taught you, okay, they may have given you the skills and all that, but essentially it is your intuition, your knowledge.
That's true. Very good analogy. That was a very good analogy.
Yeah. So I, as a life coach, will rely and help tap the knowledge, the expertise that you have, because it is your life. You know, I cannot come and dictate and say, you know, Lenoria, you have to live the life like this.
Or you should do it this way.
Or you should do it this way or that way. So I help you to untap that. You have that wisdom within you. You have that. And again, all respectfully, coaching is not for everyone, but it is, we'll talk about it more. But, you know, as a life coach, that is the unique strength that I help you untap, because it is a lifelong solution that you can unravel using your own strength and using your own wisdom.
Is it for everyone? Can everyone use a life coach, or is it for special people, or because answer that one first. Is it for
life coaching, I'm going to say yes and no.
Okay.
People may ask, what is she saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. But it is in the sense that, as I said, we do not provide answers, because we want you to take the initiative. You know, we want you to feel accomplished and empowered to take the life that you have currently to move to achieve to wherever you want. It can be personal or professional. So essentially, life coaching can be used by anyone and everyone. But for some folks who may not feel that they are in a space yet to take charge or to, you know, have the commitment and the
they have to want it.
They have to want it, and they have to work for it.
Yes, they have. I know that you just have to want it. If you want someone to help you, and this is in you to say, okay, I'm trying to go to the next level. I think I know how to do this, but a professional, you know, such as Pryia could you can tell her what's going on, and she could give ideas, right? Not the answers, and help you say, aha, get, like Oprah always say, that aha moment, right?
Yes. And life coach like me can help you unravel the aha moment by yourself. So to essentially say that if someone is experiencing a mental health condition or they need support, you know, it's just like going to the doctor, you know, you need those professionals. I would not be able to help you, but as a coach, I would be able to help you to get to the aha moment.
How can you, if a person come to you, Pryia, and not tell you the truth? Because see, this is what I think about with psychiatrists, you know, or specialists, and therapists and counselors. you have to tell the truth. No one can help you if you come in there and you give them what you want them to hear. That's the same difference, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Same thing.
Absolutely.
You can't help if they don't.
And again, we are not HIPAA certified or anything, you know, and we abide by the Coaching Rule Federation that if we have to be respectful, the client has to be respectful of the coach, and then like bond within the stipulations. If there are elements that are not safe for them, the person,
or comfortable
for that person or the community, we are required, any dedicated professional to do that. So when you say
go ahead. Yes.
So to answer your question, as long as you're paying, if in case you're paying for your services, you want to get the best buck out of the money that you put in, and you, as Lenoria mentioned, the aha moment that, hey, I want to move to the next level, then
that's me.
Yeah, then you want to, share all the, what you're going through and all that. So it requires your whole commitment. I would not be able to, decipher what's in your mind.
that was going to be another question. Yeah. Can you tell if someone is holding back? You know, if they're talking to you about their lives and can you sense or tell, or I think your expertise will probably, the questions you'll be able to pull it out, because what if they are telling you half the story or something that they want you to hear and not the other stuff? Do you think that you will be able to say, okay, you just told me that you really want to go to the next level. What exactly do you want to do to get to that level? If you were to talk to me and say, what exactly do you want to do? And I'll say to you, well, I'm really kind of burned out with what I'm doing right now. I think I want to do something that's not so strenuous. But instead of telling you exactly what I want to do, how can you help me? Am I saying it right, guys? I'm trying.
Absolutely. So that leads to a beautiful next step.
Okay.
Coaching is kind of like a long-term relationship between a professional and a client.
Okay.
So nothing can be achieved overnight. Say if a client were to come and tell me, Pryia, I want to earn, I want to become more rich, or I want to become more productive. It's a process. It's a journey. So I offer the space for you to become comfortable.
Yes.
And the safe space, and again within the limits of my professional allowing thing, I get that. So I would try to ask questions. For each session, I keep a goal. What would be the goal that you want to accomplish for each session? So if they use the space to, kind of reflect and share the emotions, after a certain point, I would really ask them, would you like for us to continue, for you to just share, or would you like for us to work towards your main goal? So I ask those kind of questions, but again,
it's on their pace.
Yeah, and it's on their pace. And again, but if in case a client is not willing to reveal what they are truly experiencing or what they may be feeling, then sometimes I'm in a limbo. I cannot.
How can you help if you don't? If you don't tell me your arm is hurting, I can't help you with your arm.
Yeah,
pretty much so.
Absolutely. So like for example, I say like I'm just going to use my own examples. I'm a procrastinator. Say I'm a procrastinator.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'm vulnerable. I'm human. But when I'm getting coached by someone, if I'm not willing to share that I'm a procrastinator because I'm a high achiever and my perfection is wanting me to put away something, then the coach would not be able to help me.
That's right. That is so true.
So if I were to open up, just as you said, if my arm is hurting, if I don't tell the doctor would not be able to know.
Right.
So it's about the authenticity and the truthfulness, and that's not the responsibility of the client alone. It is the responsibility of the coach as well.
Oh, okay.
Because if a coach
To figure it out, or
to offer the safe space.
Okay.
So that's why we initially have discovery sessions, because not all coaches may fit for all clients,
Right.
and vice versa. So it also lies on the client, on the coach, to ensure that they offer the safe space and the trust and the confidentiality that the client can come and share what they are experiencing or feeling. So it is a mutual thing, but again, a lot
You're
of it lies-
mandated. You have to tell if it's something that's going to hurt themselves or their lives.
Yes.
But you are sworn to secrecy, sort of like an attorney or a doctor. She's not going to, you don't go and tell
No.
their yes.
No,
Right.
no, we don't share. And again, as I told you before, we are mandated. We are not HIPAA certified.
Right.
We are not HIPAA, but we offer the safe space. But if it, again, as you had mentioned, if it becomes to a state where it is hurting to the individual,
Right,
the client,
right.
or to the community,
You might have to say something.
then we
Yes.
are liable to respond.
Mandated.
And then we all have a coaching agreement which details what we are responsible for and what we are abiding to, and likewise the client. So that becomes more evident as you approach a life coach. Each one has their own set of understanding.
Yes, and you do it. That's your coaching style.
Yes.
That's the way you do it.
Yes.
And that was going to be another one of my questions, guys. We're just talking, and she's going over the questions before I ask them, which is good because you know your stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, what changes have you observed in your clients after working with them? Do you notice changes in them?
Absolutely. I believe in the thing that obstacles can be overcome by everyone. That's the mantra that I go by, with right support and the alignment with their true selves. So as I'd mentioned, is an alignment and a transformation coach, and I guide individuals to embrace their authenticity, their true self, their potential, and thrive in their unique life journeys. Why I get to say that is the realization that I've seen with my clients, that upon aligning with who they are and knowing that there's the inner wisdom, and through efforts and the right support, it could be family, friends, themselves, and coach, or even mental health care professionals, with the right support, they can achieve and overcome obstacles. Is life-changing. It is life-changing. It's like it's
a whole
a game.
new world. Just
it's
make
a whole,
you feel better about getting up every day, because you have a I'm gonna say a reason, but we all have a reason. But you're focused.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and so it's truly transformative. People are like, ooh, it can be from like weight loss to financial to spiritual.
Yes.
There are so many different coaches. ADHD specialization, that's not my area, but I'm just trying to say, so I'm honored to accompany my clients in this transformative journey.
Oh my, that is good. That is so good, because you need, in this day and time, you just need something to make you just better and feel better every day.
Yes.
And you're more focused, and that knowledge is power.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, what advice would you give to someone struggling to make a significant change in their life? If they're struggling and it's like, and they don't even really know they don't even know how to come to you and say, because some people, you can ask them, what do they want, guys? And they'll tell you, I really don't know. And you can't look at someone when they tell you that, like, why don't you know? You're 50 years old, you're 60 years old, you're 30. You cannot look at someone and say, well, you should know by now what you want. No, I know people who, and this is no lie, I will not make this up. I know 50, 55, 60-year-old people. You can say, well, what do you want? I mean, what is it that you want? And they really don't know. So when they don't know and they want it, they want you to help them, and they sit down and they're talking to you, how can we, I don't even know how, help me.
Oh,
Pryia, help me.
Absolutely. Well, like as I said, each client that I that I work with is a unique journey by itself.
Right.
But to answer your question about like if someone is
They don't know.
I'd say like just before even you think of a life coach, if you want, start small, like anything. Like for example, just let's take the example of exercise.
Okay.
Let's take the example of exercise. What would you need to exercise? You have to first be, if in case they want to go to the gym or, walk or whatever it is, first the intention that I want to exercise. The next step would be finding the right shoe, finding the shoes, putting your shoes outside, and then putting on your clothes, and then setting a time, and then, putting on your shoes and your gym clothes or whatever clothes you're comfortable in for exercising, and then going and doing. Likewise, so start small. So if I were to say, I want to run a marathon, but I haven't even taken a first step, then my brain is going to freeze on me.
Right.
Yes.
It's not going to know what to do.
Yeah. So, but essentially, if somebody has got a lot, this is what I would suggest. Start small. Think of one thing that truly matters to you. Just start with one thing. It could be like, I want a better relationship with my spouse or my children, or I want a better relationship with myself. Right. Or it could be a simple thing like, I want to get up early in the morning. Yes. And so whatever your goal is, start with the one that truly matters to you, because you're wanting to start small and then go big, rather than starting big and kind of freezing out.
You know what? I think that if you go in and you choose someone to be a life coach, and to me, when I talk to you, it's more like you're a professional friend. You have the knowledge, but you're still like a friend, and I can open up and tell you and talk to you.
That is beautiful.
Because if you don't feel that way about your life coach, you kind of feel maybe afraid to really, you just have to be comfortable with them, right?
Yes. Yeah. So you stated that beautifully. So essentially, like I will be like your thinking partner.
Right.
I will be like your thinking partner. So, and I will help you to, unlock your potential, help you to embrace your ideas. But I also will keep you grounded in the present moment. Say I want to become a billionaire, but I'm just earning 100,000. I'm just making an example.
Yeah, right.
But I have to realize right now I'm just earning 100,000. My goal is to become a billionaire. So navigate the steps, unleash new opportunities, but again, guiding you to gain the clarity, your beliefs, your truth, and your value.
And this is better than, when I say better, it's better than having a girlfriend or a friend or and I know somebody is probably saying it's not better than family, because family, no, it is, because she's not going to tell, and even with girlfriends, or you have to worry about, are they going to be genuine, or are they going to get mad at you and tell your business or tell whatever. But when you with a life coach, it's just like a close friend that you can tell everything to, and they really have, I'm not going to say the answers, because she says she doesn't give answers, but she can talk to you, and you don't have to worry about if I fall out with her, would she tell my or whoever. This is what I love about life coach.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And kind of like reverting back to like if somebody has a lot and they want to start small, so kind of like, so going back to that, I want to leave this thought with all of your potential viewers, is that, start small. Think of that one thing that you're truly passionate about. Take a piece of paper. Find a quiet space and write down how your life would be different had you achieved it.
Oh, I like that. Girls, oh my goodness, it would give me chills, because that is so good. And I have done that. And that's a good thing, because it does make you say, okay, wow. It makes me look at where I'm going to be and what I'm going to be doing. And what did they say? The universe will help you with that as well, because when you think a certain way, how do you say, the frequencies
Oh.
will help you get what you are thinking. So, and I'm getting a little too deep. I'm going to the left. I'll bring it back, guys. But it is true when you think it, and you have to. Gosh, I read this. You have to think like you already have it. You got to work. You got to do it like you already have it, and that's what pretty much what you're saying.
Yeah. And with that end goal, you gain clarity. You gain, like you said, ideas, and then you're like, oh, okay, I am capable. It gives you the positive motivation. So I always say, picture yourself. Like, it could be even going to the beach for a vacation. When you picture yourself, you become calm. You become less stressed. So likewise, so whatever your goal is, start small. Take a small piece of paper. I know people don't like to write. You can use your phone too to type, and just think, what is that one goal that you're deeply passionate about? And what would your life seem like had you achieved it? So that will bring you the clarity and vision to take the next step, whatever it is, and it can be a small step. It doesn't have to be a giant leap.
I'm sitting here thinking about it right now, and it's like it just makes you smile. It makes me smile thinking about where I want to be and me being there now.
Absolutely.
When she speak these words, I'm sitting here thinking about it. And I'm sure you guys that are listening, you're probably thinking that as well. She just gave you some knowledge, and she's gave you service right there.
Thank you.
Yes, you think about it, and it is so true. Makes me smile to know where I'm going to be, and I want to get there. I'm gonna get there.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
I love that, Lenoria.
Okay, how do you handle difficult clients situation when you're coaching? And do you have any? Do they get difficult?
Absolutely.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, as I'd mentioned before, coaching requires you to take charge. It requires the person's commitment, dedication, and passion, and it has been imbibed in you by my talking. I don't provide the answers.
Right.
So you take the wheel, and as you had mentioned, I'm your professional friend. I'm your guide. I'm your motivator. So I'm just holding your map, and you are doing the driving.
Okay.
So coaching.
I love that.
And so coaching may be not for everyone. If some people may not be yet there to be able to say, I can take charge of my life. And I totally respect that. People have different needs and wants. So if that were to happen, and likewise, not everybody may align with my coaching style. I may have a style that may not work well for the client, or the client may have different beliefs and strengths which may not align with my own.
Oh.
So if that were to happen, in just coming back to those two examples, I would kindly request them to revisit coaching when they are ready, if in case they are not ready.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but I have to ask before I forget. Will you find that out early on in the sessions, or do you wait, or will that come out later?
Well, it would take coaching, at least we need like 12 sessions.
Gotcha, okay.
12 sessions. As I said, it's not an overnight success.
Yes.
So essentially, I do at least like 8 weeks. I do weekly sessions, 8 to 12 weeks, because anything takes time. Anything takes time. So that may come out again depending on the client's vulnerability to when I offer the safe space. So it may come out eventually, and I see that, as I said, I set the goal for every session. So if the goal is not achieved after a few sessions, I bring up the question to them and ask, do you find it worthy enough of the time and the money that you're investing towards getting this life coaching? If it is not, would you like to revisit it at a later time, or just ask the question honestly?
That is so good. You know why? Because you're letting them know that, look, I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it to help you. And I'm giving you the opportunity to let me know if you don't feel that this is working, or you feel that, it's just not for you. she's giving you the opportunity to either come back later or, whenever you're ready. It's not like she's just going to keep having all of these sessions and you're not getting anything out of it. And she's not even asking you if you're getting it out of it. She's just keep going on and on and on, because we know, I'm sure you guys know some people, they all about the business and the money, and they will keep you going 900 visits, 550 years, and they're not really asking you, how do you feel? What do you want? What about you? So this is not the way this life coach is. She's going to let you, she wants you to be very comfortable every step of the way. And with that said, do you make it easy, like if they can't come to you, could you do it on Zoom or over online?
Absolutely. Okay. All my coaching sessions are virtual.
Virtual, yes.
Yeah, virtual. I do not. I have not yet explored the personal space option, because like when it comes to meeting in a coffee house or whatever, I am concerned about the privacy and the security.
But that's convenient though for them and you.
Yeah.
And if they got up one day and was just feeling a certain way, it is so convenient to just get online and they're in the way that they're feeling, and they'll be able to actually give you more for you to help them.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. So all my sessions are virtual, but of course I do live, I do group coaching sessions, I offer workshops, so that I would come to the place of service.
Oh, okay.
But the individual sessions are primarily virtual. And I also have to say that, as I had mentioned before, we also have our coaching agreements, which is set forth. So people know that, I can drop in the middle, because we are investing our time and our money and our effort. So there are, and again, each coach would have their own client agreement.
And that's how I am too with my business. In my rules and regulations, it says if you I have the right to if I don't see where you are adjusting, or your child is not adjusting. I'm a daycare provider owner, and if your child is not adjusting to the program, it might not be a good fit or whatever, or you might not be a good fit, and it doesn't make it bad at all on anyone's side. It's just letting you know, let's not prolong whatever, because it's not working. We need to be somewhere where it's going to work.
Absolutely.
So people should understand that. That's pretty much probably with everyone that has a respectful, good business.
Thank you.
Right.
And I also want to reiterate that, if my clients were to come with some sort of if they need a mental health support, I would, and if I were to, if they were not to share it with me, or they were to share it with me later, I would kindly request them to seek the appropriate support, because I cannot offer that support.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's very decent and very good, because it is just people out there that will just say things and do things just to keep it going. But if you don't have the knowledge of certain things, or you can't help them with that certain thing, she'll let you know, hey, okay, either direct them to where they can go, or let them know that I think that we need to, yes, I think that's good.
Thank you.
You are so good, yes. Okay, what makes you stand out from other coaches in your field? Do you collaborate with others in your organization?
Yes, well, I've told you this, I'm a scientist, I'm a brown single mother, I'm very proud of it, and I'm an immigrant. So I've had that lived experience of facing social and economic hardships, because I grew up in a global south country.
Yeah.
And moreover, as a scientist and a public health professional and a preventionist, I've dedicated 25 years of my life in uplifting and empowering disproportionately impacted communities. So I believe in the 8 dimensions that is needed in all aspects for a person to achieve overall wellness. I'm going to list that out. That's intellectual, emotional, social, physical, occupational, environmental, financial, and there's one more thing I forgot what it is.
It's okay.
Yeah, so I offer holistic coaching. So if you don't mind, I'm going to share the mission and vision of my company.
Absolutely, please do.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
I apologize. I have to read this out from the web.
You look, apparently you haven't seen a lot of podcasts. A lot of people, they have their notes or they have their phone, and it's quite all right. Yes.
All right. Well, so the mission of my company is to guide individuals and communities from disadvantaged backgrounds on their journey to self-discovery and growth. By providing holistic coaching, we help align beliefs with aspirations, break down barriers, and offer actionable steps towards achieving personal and collective success. The vision of my company is to foster a world where individuals from historically underserved communities are empowered to live authentically, unlocking their fullest potential and using their unique strengths to uplift themselves and those around them. So that's how I built my company. And to answer your question, if I collaborate with others, I have the honor of partnering with a highly talented and dedicated child development specialist and counseling psychologist from India. She practices in India. She lives in India. Her name is Ramya Raju. So I have the honor. Together we want to empower and support mothers, families, children to create a better community, because it all starts with the family.
Yes, it does.
And specifically for, as in my case, single mothers.
Yes, a lot of single mothers. Well, you know what, Pryia, with that said, she said it all. And if you would like for Pryia, if you would like for her to be your life coach, everything will be at the bottom of the bottom of the screen, all of her information. And what you just said about the collaboration, the ones in India, if we could get that information, and we're going to put that down there as well.
Okay.
If someone, because you never know, and someone, they might want to get in touch with them as well. I so enjoyed this podcast.
Thank you so much, Lenore. It's been a pleasure. It's like me talking to my friend. Yeah. So it was a real honor, and I'm so thrilled, and I sincerely appreciate you bringing, life coaching to your community through this podcast, because not many people,
they don't know about it, because I didn't.
Yeah.
That's why when I was asking, I said, what are they doing? And guys, if I missed the question that you want to know about life coach, because it might be something that you know about it, or it was something I should have asked and I didn't, please DM us and I will make sure that Pryia gets the information or the question, and she'll be more than happy. As a matter of fact, her information is down there, so you can email her or go on her website and get in touch with her and have her answer the questions.
Absolutely. And if anyone were to want to reach my collaborator, if they email me, or and then so I would be able to get the right connect with them, and then see if they can help you. And again, so it's been my absolute honor and pleasure to be here. Thank you so much, Lenore. You're doing such a wonderful service to the community. Thank you. In my way of saying by my culture, namaste. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. And how do you say that? Because I want to say it the same way. Namaste. Namaste.
Yes.
Okay, namaste. Thank you. Yes. With that said, guys, feel the rumble and listen to the roar, and we'll see you next time. I so enjoyed you.
Thank you so much. Bye, everyone.